Hello guys, today I will teach you. In this video I will teach how to create the triangles or patterns in C language. So let me take an example. I will teach how to develop this triangle. Simply I will teach how to develop this triangle. So as we know, each and every program of any language always start from void main, and here I require two variables. I require two variables to develop this pattern. Okay, why I require two variables? Here in this pattern there are 5 rows and different number of columns in each and every row. In first row there is only a single column, and the second row there are 2 columns, and the third row there are 3 columns, and onwards. So one variable is for row and the second variable is for column. Okay, so I will teach you the trick how to develop this triangle. So guys, first of all you have to go with two for loops. And whatever I will write, you have to just use this thing. This thing is required to develop the pattern. Okay, so here I use two for loops. Here I write two for loops. All the things are blank. Okay, so here the first loop is for row. And the second loop is for the column. Okay, in the last printf I will use /n because the outer loop is used to create the rows. And in the outer loop, for the outer loop I will use the variable I, and for the inner loop I will use the variable j. Okay guys, here what I need in each and every column, so in each and every row, what is my requirement? The first row I want to display 1, in the second row I want to display 1 2, in the third row I want to display 1 2 3, and onwards. What I want to say, in each and every row we want a different digit. Means here we require 1 2 3, and the next row we require 1 2 3 4. So in short, I want to say, we want to display in this pattern, we have to display the column numbers. And we considered j for the columns. And so here we will display the value of j. In this printf, let me display the value of j. So we have only two statement remains, two for loops remains, another work is done. So once again we will start. And here what is our requirement? In the first line, what I want to display only 1. In the second line I want to display 1 2. In the third line I want to display 1 2 3. In the fourth line I want to display 1 2 3 4. What I want to say here, in the first line I want to start my loop. For the first line I want to start my loop from 1 and end that loop up to 1, because we want to display only 1. In the second line we have to start our loop from 1 and we have to end our loop at 2. In the third line we have to start our loop from 1 and has to complete that loop at 3. In the fourth line we have to start from 1 and we have to end at 4. In the fifth line we have to start from 1 and end with the 5. So each and every line always starts from 1, and always end with the each and every line ends with some different variable, Okay, so I will write this thing in the form of programming language. Each and every line will start with the 1, so I will start the value of j with 1, and each and every line end with a different number, so I will end my j with a variable. And here a single increment is there, because in a row I need 1, after the 2, so only a unit increment is there. Okay guys, I will repeat. In the first line I want to display only 1, that means I will start my loop with 1 and ends loop with 1. In the second line I will start my loop with 1 and ends it with the 2. In the third line I will start my loop with the 1 and end with the 3. So each and every line will start from a same number, so I will start my loop, j's loop, with 1, that same number, and each and every line will end with a different number, so I will terminate my loop with I, and a unit increment is there. Okay, at which place we use the I? We use the I in the place of this number 1 2 3 4 5. So I will set the value of I, sorry, I will set the value of I 1 to 5. Okay guys, that's it, our work is done. Let me run this program. After commenting this section, let we run our program. So here it is output, here the output comes. Okay, let me take one more example, so I think you will get a better idea. Let I will teach you this thing. Okay, first of all, what we have to do, we have to start our program from void main, and here we require two variables because we want to create a row and column pattern, and what is the next thing? For the row and column pattern we required 4 loops. How many 4 loops? 2 for loops. So let we first set our pattern. Okay, now in the last line I will use /n. I will write /n because the outer loop is responsible for create the rows. In the inner loop, in the inner printf, I will use %d. I will write %d and j, okay, because I want to display the column numbers. Okay, so here the first line starts with 5 and end with 5. The second line starts with 5 and end with 4. Third line will start with 5 and end with 3. Fourth line will start with 5 and end with 2, and here the fifth line will start with 5 and end with 1. So each and every line always start with a same number, and that same number is nothing but a 5. So our j's loop will start with 5, and end with, each and every line end with a different digit. So what we will do, our line will end with a I, and here j minus minus, here j minus minus. Okay, because in a row, in each and every row there is a decrement. Okay, one more thing is that here we use the I in the place of this different digit. So the I's value will start with the 5. The value of I will start with the 5 and it will decrease up to the 1. Let me run the program. Yes guys, here this is output. So I think you are getting the idea about this thing. Let me take one more example. So we'll get the better idea. If you have any problem, then you can ask in the comment section. I will display this thing. Let we go with this thing. Okay, as we know, each and every program will start from the void main. We require two variables. What we have to do here, first thing we have to write two for loops. In both the for loops we write only a single printf. Here we require /n, and in the inner printf we require to display a variable. Okay, so here the first loop will start with 1 and ends with 5. Second line will start with 2 and ends with 5. Third line will start with 3 and ends with 5. Fourth line will start with 4 and end with 5. Fifth line will start with 5 and end with 5. So here each and every line will start with a different digit. So I will start the value of j from I, and each and every line ends with the same digit. So at the ending point we will use the number, and a single increment will be there. Okay, so here I use the I at the beginning portion. So this is the value, this is the possible value of the I, 1 2 3 4 and 5. Okay, so I will start the value of I with 1 and ends with 5. Let me run the program. After commenting this section, let me run the program, and here the output is there. So guys, if you have any doubt, then you can ask me the question at any time, and do not forget to subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye bye.